BKU cheesy fries, cheese and peas. I want something really nice, thanks and please. BKU cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Cheese and peas, man I like. I got my say when me taste the new cheesy fries. Just 5 bills with creamy cheese sauce. Or load it up your way, you are the boss. Everybody sing this part. I want something really nice, thanks and please. BKU cheesy fries, cheese and peas.
Get the new cheesy fries, limited time only at Burger King.
Hey, turn up to 25. Turn up to 25. Could I drive out fresh in a MG ride with a staycation all inclusive flex? Yeah. I touch a million cash. Yes. Smart TV, PS5, and home upgrade.
Turn up your winning this summer with Digicel. Sign up or switch to postpaid or Digicel Plus. Buy a SIM. Top up with 5 bills or more. Buy a 7-day plan or higher. A smartphone deal or just pay your bill. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion period June 24 to September 5, 2026. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for terms and conditions.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live action from the 2026 FIFA World Cup Finals.
Brought to you by our platinum sponsors, KFC, it's finger licking good. Gold sponsors, Digicel. Powered by you, connected by us. Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life. National Road Operating and Construction Company, developing tolled roads for national development. Barita, making money work for you. Our silver sponsor, Anybet, and our bronze sponsors, Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, equipping Jamaica for success. Burger King, have it your way.
Which team you feel goes score the first goal? From all over the world, people that turn up. Unity we say, nothing couldn't hurt us. This is our game. We love
Good afternoon and welcome. Good afternoon and welcome to Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the FIFA World Cup Finals. This afternoon we're heading to Seattle for another big one. It's Belgium against Senegal, and this, of course, a round of 32 game. Of course, we mentioned today that 8 teams are already secured in the round of 16, and we're trying to tick out the others. And the next on the bill is Belgium against Senegal over in Seattle. Welcome to our coverage once again. Valdin Legister and Andrew Price are still with us. They worked the morning game between England and DR Congo, which the English came from behind to win sensationally on a brace from their talismanic and inspirational leader, Harry Kane. 2 brilliant goals, especially the second one. If you have not yet seen it, try to get a look at it somewhere. But the game is set for 3 o'clock, the kickoff. That's in Seattle between the Senegalese and Belgians. A Belgian team that has gone to the last couple of World Cups with the moniker Golden Generation will deliver, and they're yet to do so. They're getting older, you know, Kevin De Bruyne and the likes of Lukaku and so on and so forth. Yuri Tielemans, we'll be talking about all those star players as we build up to this one. Once again, good afternoon. Again, we encourage you to call the program and have a chat with us. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to interact with the fans, and the numbers to call 876-630-9371 or 876-630-9372, and it goes all the way up to 4. Valdin and Andrew, we're back on the afternoon shift, and we're looking at another big one. It's Senegal against the Belgium. Andrew, let me throw to you first. The Belgians, they were held to draws in their first 2 games, and they came back to thrash New Zealand to finish top of their group. Senegal, on the other hand, they suffered defeats in their first 2 games to France and Norway before, walloping Iraq by 5-0 to secure their place in the round of 32. Can they go further?
No, to be quite honest, Senegal got through the proverbial back door. They left it until the very last game. They haven't looked a unified bunch. They don't look cohesive. But guess what? With every game that has been played, teams have started to improve. Hopefully they come with their best game today. They are playing against a Belgian team that hasn't shown much confidence even in their part to the round of 32. And they must come to the party today. So we're seeing a game matching up 2 teams that are not in the best of shape, but one has to go home today, and it's who wants it more on the day.
If I could just stick a bit with what you've been talking about, the Senegalese team, and something doesn't look right. So after the first group game, we heard that they were not happy with the hotel that they were staying. They were not happy with the food. So each individual had to be ordering their own burgers and whatever to eat, which is not really, you're in a World Cup camp, you don't need that. And they were complaining about their federation not looking after their best interest and so on. So what you're saying there, you're probably onto something about them not looking united. Because if we looked at them in the last two African Cup of Nations, they looked a unified bunch.
Definitely.
So much so when AFCON asked them back for the trophy,
they weren't willing to give them back.
No. They stood
No,
firm
they
as a
played
country.
very well in the African Nations Cup earlier this year. So, they are a team that can play well. But I guess you have to have your mind sorted and be concentrating. And a lot of these players, some of them are now coming up close to being out of contract. This is the platform for them now to try and see if they can get...
For themselves in the shopping window.
Exactly. So it's up to them to go there now and perform well, not only for themselves, but for their country.
Right. Valden, Belgium against Senegal, given what Andrea said, which it's 100%, these are two teams who come into the round of 32 in a sort of fortuitous way. You wouldn't really look at them as two teams in the round of 32 who really delighted fans coming in. They now have an opportunity to get right what they didn't do in the group stages. Which of the two do you believe at the moment is ready to do that?
As you rightly said, both teams had difficulty in the regular group games, but it's the knockout round now, so they must turn up to the party. For me, Belgium would look like they are going to be edged or tipped to take this, but we can never count out Senegal. There's a famous saying, the game is played on the field and not on paper. So let's see what strategy both teams will employ, and I guess it will come down to tactics. I think that will decide who will win. The team with the better tactics, the better setup, the better plan will come out victors today.
I guess one of the questions to ask, though, Andrew, why hasn't Belgium delivered in the last couple of World Cups? When you look at as I keep saying, they keep calling them the golden generation. The best finish was third place in Russia in Moscow in 2018. Senegal, on the other hand, they went to the quarterfinals in 2002 when they sensationally knocked out the defending champions, then France. But the Belgians, they really should have been on the board when you look at the quality that they've provided and produced over the last couple of years.
Yes, Belgium reminds me of Spain in the early 80s, late 90s, where they'd have this awesome team, and when they come to the World Cup, they don't perform. They flatter to deceive. And I'm sure a lot of these players know that this is the last opportunity for them to make any significant impact at the World Cup. So people like De Bruyne, Tielemans, Trossard, Courtois know now is the time, and they're going to have to lift their game as leaders and drag the remainder of the team to the promised land. And I believe that they should have the better of this game, but it depends on how they come out and how they play against the Senegal team. It's who wants it more in the day, and it's going to be very important that the team that gets the best start is possibly the team that's going to win this game.
Yeah. So let's have a deeper look at the Belgium team. They've got, as you mentioned, you wrote the names off a while ago. The thing about those players, though, is that they've been moving on in age from one World Cup to the next, obviously. Is it telling on them? Is it showing that they're aging?
It is. You can see a lot of them are pretty much long in their tooth. You have people like Witzel, who's still on the bench.
Axel Witzel, wow, he's been playing for River.
Exactly. So it's a blend of youth and experience, and I think the experienced players such as De Bruyne and Trossard have to lead out there up front and inspire the rest of the team to do well, because it's a now or never situation for them.
Valden, Senegal, they're sentimental favorites here in Jamaica, clearly because of the African connection. Jamaicans generally want to see the African teams do well, especially Senegal, because they've got a player who stood out in the English Premier League. I mean, he was brightest of all the Senegalese players in Sadio Mane, and he was at Liverpool when they were really hitting the heights. So he's popular and people are attached to him. They've also got a captain, Koulibaly, who is, I don't know what to say. He's been awful in this particular work. I think he's now not in the starting lineup,
No,
right?
he has been dropped. He's not starting today.
How do you drop your captain and the man who's been leading your defense for so many years? Are Senegal ready to display what their potential suggests they can, given when you look around the squad?
I want to speak generally of the African countries. I think the African countries came to the World Cup with a point to prove. It was widely said that the African Cup of Nations is not as good as
The other continental
the other
tournaments.
continental
Yes.
tournaments. So I think they have something to prove, and they have been doing well so far. Senegal is going to come into this game with something to prove, and I think people like Mane will turn up. And if people like Mane turn up, then the Belgians will have some work on their hand.
Andrew, the issue that we spoke about, that the Senegalese spoke about early upon arrival in the United States, can they somehow find a way to, one, use it as motivation, or two, could they suddenly become the team that they were in January at the African Cup of Nations? Very, very brilliant to decide to put the thing behind them. We're already here, let's do it. Or will they want to use it as motivation?
I think they'll want to use it as motivation. They always say that animal that is backed up in a corner is probably the most dangerous animal. And I believe Senegal can't go any further into the corner. And they have to come out and prove to themselves and the people of their nation that they are worthy competitors. And I think that they will go out there today, put it all on the line, and do it for their country. Despite all the distractions that have taken place since they have landed in the United States for the World Cup, I believe now is the time that they have to come out and play and show their loyalty and love and patriotism for their country and do well.
By the way, the winner of the Senegal-Belgium game will go on to play the winner of tonight's clash between the USA and the Bosnia-Herzegovina. So they already know what's at stake. And that game, the game tonight now is being played in Seattle. Now, if the winner of the game tonight will stay in Seattle, because the winner of the US Bosnia-Herzegovina game will travel to Seattle for that game. And I tell you what, it is so massive for the United States to play in Seattle. They've been building it up. Can we make it to Seattle? There's a special bond between the US men's national team and Seattle, and they want to be there, and which makes tonight's game against Bosnia-Herzegovina so special to them. Again, good afternoon and welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, we're building up to the Senegal versus Belgium round of 32 game, and we'll just fill you in on the pairing so far for the teams. The 8 teams have already booked spots to the round of 16. We know there's a big one in Mexico City on Sunday. Wow, that's going to be massive. It's going to be Mexico against England, the 1966 champions. The furthest Mexico have gone to the quarterfinals, and of course it is whilst hosting the World Cup, which they are now doing. So good omen for them. All right, so England booked their spot this morning. They beat the team from DR Congo by 2-1. England did it the hard way because they had to come from behind on a goal from Brian Sepenga and 2 stupendous goals from the England captain, Harry Kane. Brazil, they've already booked their spot, beating Japan, and they'll face Norway in the round of 16. The Norwegians got rid of the Ivory Coast of Cote d'Ivoire yesterday. Paraguay were the biggest upset at the World Cup so far this season. They beat Germany, and they're in. And guess what? Their prize for beating Germany? A matchup with France. Not sure if they're going to be too happy with that, but then they're going to tell you, we've knocked out one European giant already, and it's a knockout. It's a one shot. We probably could do something. Who knows? And then Canada, one of the 3 co-hosts, they are facing Morocco in another of the round of 16. So 8 spots have already been taken. 1 more will be taken in another 2 hours, and if necessary, extra time, and then 1 more tonight. Andrew, do you have the starting lineup for the Belgium team?
Yes, I do. Let me give it to you.
So while Andrew look for the Belgium starting lineup, we did already mention that Koulibaly, the captain and the long-time leader of the defensive unit for Senegal, is not in the starting lineup today. He's been awful. He's really been awful. And no surprise there that he's been left out. Let's hear the Belgium team.
Yes, the Belgian team will have Courtois in goal, Castagna at right back, Michel and Tete at central defence, and De Cooper at left back. In midfield, it will be led by Tielemans, the captain, and Van Aken. And up front, you have Duku, De Bruyne, and Trossard. And the lone striker is Keletelare.
So let me turn this now to Valdine. There's a big thing made of Jeremy Doku leaving the Belgian camp to go watch his wife have his first child. He emphasized that it's because it's his first one why he decided to go. And he got permission from the management team to go. But there was a lot of hula going around the world about him leaving there. Well, what's your view on a situation like that? Can you understand him, or you believe that if you're with your group in a World Cup, you already knew that? Why did you accept it? Give me your insight into what you think.
I can understand the situation from both perspective. For him, it's all about him being comfortable mentally, because if he's there in the camp and he's not comfortable, then the coach is not going to get 100% out of him. So I do understand him wanting to go, him wanting to ensure that his family is okay, and he did that, and he's back.
Yes.
Yeah,
And he did miss a game.
Right.
Yeah, he's not only back, he's back in the starting 11.
the starting.
There's no way you could keep out Jeremy Decoux out of that starting 11. What about the Senegalese 11? Do you have it there? Sure. Let's just quickly run through that. So it's Belgium against Senegal, where...
Okay, in goal we have Dia. At left back we have Jacobs, Nakehete, and Sis are the centre half pairings. Diata at right back. In the middle we have Papagay, Captain Gare, Habidara, and up front we have Mane, Sarr, and Adeni.
Wow. So Mane will play on the left.
Yes.
And Ismail Sarr will lead the line.
Yes.
And Iliman Ndea.
Yeah, Ndea.
Yeah, you know what they call Iliman Ndea in Senegal? No. Skilliman Ndea. He's a brilliant little touch player. If he gets going, he's trouble. What I like here is Ismail Sarr. He did well for Crystal. In fact, he was Crystal Palace's Footballer of the Year for the past Premier League seasons. A really quality player, and on his day, he's a menace to defenders. I think he complements Iliman Ndeye, and of course.
And Ndeye had a very good season with Everton.
Brilliant,
this past EPL season.
Right, and Idrissa Gana Gueye at the heart of the midfield. I can't understand how Idrissa Gana Gueye continues to find a place in the quality Senegal team. Idrissa Gana Gueye is the old man in football.
He's 36.
Yes, and he continues to find a way to get in. But one of the players, and in fact the player that has impressed me most of all in the Senegalese team since the start, is Diatta.
Yeah, yes.
Diatta at right back is brilliant.
Excellent right back. Very, very good right back. He has been playing very well. And though they have lost games, they haven't been losing by any large margin. So they are good defensively.
And look who they lose to, France and Norway.
Exactly. So where they need to be clinical is up front. And that's why Mane has to come to the party today, along with Sarr, and get some goals for Senegal.
Yeah. Mane, Valdine, hit the nail on the head. In situations like these, at this stage of a World Cup, you want people like Mane to step up. He's not really stepped up since the start of the tournament. He's really been off the radar. He needs to step up today.
Well, this is the opportune time. No better place for him to step up. He has the quality. He has shown that over the years. And let's see what happened today. The team is depending on him, so he must step up. And I believe he will.
Are you interested, Andrew, in seeing how Senegal operates without Koulibaly?
It would be interesting because Koulibaly hasn't looked the part all World Cup, and especially in that game that they lost 3-1, he was absolutely awful. And I believe it's form why he's not in the starting lineup. He's on the bench, but to be captain of the team and being displaced shows the level of form that he does not have. And I'm sure it must be a wake-up call. Maybe if Senegal progress to the next round, the coach might very well call him back, but he has made a statement by putting him on the bench today.
I don't know. Quite a number of players leave the cutting edge of European football and head to the dollars in Saudi Arabia. He's one of them. He left Chelsea and he went there because Koulibaly was a quality player. He was sold by Napoli for £50 million to Chelsea when he was the top defender in Italy. And when you're the top defender in Italy, you're a top defender. So they sold him to Chelsea, and he went down. Do you believe the fact that he's not playing against the best in the world week in week out sort of affected his the quality?
Definitely could. You know, if we look at the Saudi league, a lot of goals are scored in that league. So, you know, defensively, most of the teams aren't that good. And that could actually drop the form of a player of the caliber of Koulibaly. But to be honest, Wayne, whatever the reason, he has not looked well since this World Cup. And the coach has rightfully said, you know, I've given you enough opportunity. This is the win or go home part of the tournament. I'm going to start with people who I believe I'm confident in.
Belgium against Senegal is a game that we're previewing at the moment. Having watched England won their game today, and we'll be looking forward to seeing the USA how they do against the team from Bosnia Herzegovina. But Belgium, they are due. Many people believe that if they manage to get by the Senegalese today, they could have a pathway to the semi-finals, because Bosnia Herzegovina or the USA should not be in the class of a Belgium when you look around the park and the sort of quality that they have. But stranger things have happened at the World Cup. This is the World Cup, and you don't just come in and believe that it's all set up there for you. So we're really, really eager to see what Belgium will do. Did you mention Onana from Aston Villa? Not so bad so far this World Cup. I mean, it's the two of the appearances is made from the start. He was pulled from the game. But I think he's a pretty good linchpin in the middle of the park. Is he starting? I can't remember.
No, he's not starting, but I know he'll play a part today, though he's not starting because he has had a good season.
Yes. So the teams are matching. One of the reasons why I thought that Onana would have been in it, you're going to need the physicality to go up against people like, as I say, Idrissa Gana Gueye and Hadi Babab in the middle for Senegal. And I think the best physical specimen in the Belgium team is Onana, with his height and his massive, physical structure.
Well, I guess the coach believes that he needs to have some trump cards on the bench in the event that the game goes south. So I believe he's holding him back and knowing that he can call upon him to assist in changing the game.
Yeah. So in Koulibaly's absence, I just saw Idrissa Gana Gueye walking out there with the captain's armband. So he will lead the Senegalese team out, and it is Tielemans. Jan Tielemans is leading the Belgium team. So it's Tielemans with the lead from Aston Villa and Idrissa Gana Gueye from Everton, the two captains in this game. So without further ado, let's head over now to Seattle for the start of this massive round of 32 showdown between Belgium and Senegal. We'll come back at halftime to look back at the first 45 minutes.
And for you, Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life. National Road Operating and Construction Company, developing tolled roads for national development. Barita, making money work for you. Anybet, your best bet. Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, equipping Jamaica for success. Burger King, have it your way. Nationwide 90 FM's World Cup coverage, bringing you every match, every goal, and every moment wherever you are.
From all over the world, people are turn up. Unity we say, nothing couldn't hurt us. This is our game, we love the World Cup. Competition with a purpose. Man, them a ball. Man, them a ball. This is the greatest show the world has ever known.
It's halftime in Seattle. It's halftime in Seattle. And the Teranga Lions of Senegal, they're leading by 1-0 over Belgium, with their golden generation from the last 2 World Cups clearly aging. Habib Diarra, who plays his club football in Sunderland in Great Britain, he's the man, the hero so far for the Senegalese. They lead by 1-0. His goal came on minute number 25. He tapped into an empty goal with Kiba Toitoa, the goalkeeper for Belgium, on the ground, and he tapped into an empty net. And Senegal, a good value for their 1-0 lead at the moment. And as I mentioned, the winner of this game will take on the winner of tonight's nightcap, the USA versus Bosnia-Herzegovina over there in Washington. We look forward to that game as well. But Andrew and Valdane, Senegal, I suppose you'd say, is good value for their lead.
Like I said earlier when we previewed the game, they have to come to the party today, and they've definitely come to the party. They look more purposeful, more attacking, more committed, even in tackles. They look like they want to get the victory to go on to the next round. And it seems that Belgium is still in the changing room.
It seems so. Valdane, the Belgians, it's clear, they're relying heavily on their flank players, their wingers, the Coup and the Trossard. Neither have yet to make an impact on this game. I mean, Doku came alive late in the game, closer to the end of the first half. But generally, himself and Leo Trossard have not yet really made the sort of impact that Belgium really needs now.
No, they have not. And they need to step up their game for the second half. Andrew did mention that Senegal, they are at the party. As a matter of fact, they are the host for the party. So things have been going well for them. They have really stepped up to the occasion, and the result showed. They are leading 1.
Yes. I'm particularly impressed with their physicality.
Yes.
The Senegalese have imposed themselves on the Belgians.
They look like they're in the mood. And we had said earlier before the game that if they can put aside all the distractions and come committed and play, they have quality players who can go out there and get the job done. I mean, the goal came from an excellent play from Mane.
From Sadio, yes.
Yes, who, centered that ball, a flick on by Sarr, hit the post, and the arrows there to put it in. They have looked sharp, they have looked hungry, and Belgium has looked the exact opposite.
And talking about Mane, he has a clearly defined role. He's the elder statesman of the Senegalese team, and he's just there to ping things. Whenever he gets a chance to go into the box and get a shot off, no problem. But his main aim is to ping it, to sort of direct what's going on with the Senegalese team. And I think he's doing a good job in this one. It's the best I've seen him at the World Cup this so far.
It's the best we have seen Senegal for the entire World Cup. I mean, this is their best game. That 45 minutes was their best 45 minutes. They really look enthused. They look like they want to play. They look hungry. They look desirable. They're passing the ball around, enjoying the game. And if they continue playing in this way in the second half, it's going to be very difficult for Belgium not to catch a plane tomorrow.
Yeah. I could understand the slip there. The two flags look so alike.
Yes, yes.
Onana, I did talk to you about Onana before the start of the game. Belgium needs that sort of physicality. I'm just wondering if because he was born in Senegal and he's so still closely attached to them, they don't really want to put him in that situation right now.
Well, Wayne, let me tell you something. We have to throw all of those things through the back door and get the people out there who can do the job. Right now, Belgium is getting beaten up in the middle of that park. They're not dominating the middle of the park. Tielemans and company aren't getting the job done. They need some help in there. And Onana would be a good person to come in there and start playing that enforcer role.
Are you surprised, Valde, that with the sort of attacking quality that Belgium has, because they do have good attacking players out there. They've only managed one shot on goal the entire 45 minutes. That came from Leo Trossard, who was a snapshot just up on top of the 18.
It has to do with the setup of the Senegalese team, and the coach would have done their research, and they know exactly what Belgium would have presented, and the Senegalese are just sticking to the task, and it's working for them thus far.
Well, the super opto computer, they've shut up Belgium, Senegal's win probability to 50.4%. It started at 38.2 and it's now up to 50.4%. What a difference a goal makes, and an utterly dominant first 45 minutes over there in Seattle. They went for the hydration break at 16 degrees Celsius. At 16, that wasn't needed. What the hell they went that for? But I suppose the broadcasters are making money off these hydration break, and the coaches are also taking advantage of it. You saw Tuchel today doing the same thing and taking advantage of it, and what he came up with magic with Harry Kane. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're talking about the first 45 minutes in the game between Senegal and Belgium being played in Seattle, where the Teranga Lions of Senegal, they are leading by 1-0. Habib Diarra from Sunderland getting the magical goal so far after 25 minutes. The Senegalese have had much the better of play. We're looking at Ismail Sarr. A ball came over awkwardly to him, and Thibaut Courtois, the goalkeeper from Belgium, got at the tip of his gloves, touched the ball and redirected it from Ismail Sarr, who stretched out a telescopic right leg actually, and it wasn't enough to sort of bring the ball back, and it, harmlessly just went across the line, and Belgium was spared there. So it's just about 4 o'clock now in Jamaica, and we're going to go for a break, and when we come back, we'll continue our discussion on the first 45 minutes of Belgium versus Senegal being played over there in Seattle. It's Nationwide 90 FM's live and extended coverage of the FIFA World Cup finals.
And when this for the match day, whole team they are when the fans say Biggie Box. Match day and we have the food, yeah. Biggie Box. We rep the same team and Wendy's FC every match day. Wendy's Biggie Box. Get ready for the match with a Wendy's Biggie Box. Get a Dave's classic or a spicy chicken sandwich or a grilled chicken sandwich or a classic chicken sandwich plus 4 nuggets, a medium fries and a drink, all in one box. No matter which team you cheer for the summer, make it a Wendy's Biggie Box. Wendy's Biggie Box. We rep the same team and Wendy's FC every match day. Wendy's Biggie Box.
A voice, a personality you love returns to Nationwide this August. Afternoons on air and online at Nationwide will never be the same.
Parents, guardians, let's keep school mornings moving. The National Rural School Bus Program is now cashless. So don't forget to top up your child's student transportation card. Top up easily at any Operation Bill Express location island-wide, or simply download the Tap Jamaica app for quick and convenient top-ups. Fast, simple, secure. No cash in hand. Just tap and ride. The National Rural School Bus Program, keeping our students moving every school day.
Win with KFC, big league, join the league. Win a trip to Brazil, all you mean? Yeah. Big deal, meal deal, big match. Just buy KFC and win that. From now until July 20th, 2026, buy a big deal or meal deal for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Brazil. Courtesy of KFC, plus $500,000 cash from Best Dressed Chicken. 11 weekly winners score free KFC for a year. 65-inch TVs, smartphones, and more. Just WhatsApp your receipt to 876-784-7811 to enter and win big in the KFC Big League.
Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58 of the betting gaming and lotteries.
Are you looking for unbeatable deals this July? Then head on down to Hose Assembly and Supply Limited. It's the HAS July sale and everything must go. For the entire month of July, save up to 20% off yard sale items and get 15% off petroleum service and maintenance products. Plus, enjoy weekly giveaways all month long. Visit Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, 173 to 177 Hagley Park Road or 18 to 19 Montego Bay Trade Center. Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't miss the HAS July sale. More than just hoses, more than just savings.
Commercial spaces for you. Parks and attractions for you. Housing and residential developments for you. Beautiful rental properties for you. Improving quality of life through infrastructure development across Jamaica for you. The Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
UDC for you. Who wants something really nice? Thanks and please. Burger King, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Who wants something really nice? Thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Cheese and peas, man, I like. I got my set when I taste the new cheesy fries. Just 5 bills with cream and cheese sauce. Or load it up your way. You are the boss. Everybody sing this part. Who wants something really nice? Thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas.
Get the new cheesy fries, limited time only at Burger King.
A voice you love returns home. This August, afternoons on Nationwide on air and online will never be the same.
Riero, mix it up in a your cup. Ball game, everybody link up. Tune in this summer to the Every Win Needs a Ray promotion. From now until July 31st at your nearest supermarket or bar, buy 1,750ml or 200ml Ray and Nephew White Overproof rum for a chance to win a brand new 65-inch TV, smartphones, iPads, tablets, and recliner chairs to watch the big ball game. Every Win Needs a Ray with Ray and Nephew. Must be 18 years old to drink responsibly.
Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM's FIFA World Cup 2026 coverage. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by our FIFA World Cup sponsors, KFC, it's finger licking good, Digicel, powered by you, connected by us, Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you, Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life, National Road Operating and Construction Company, developing tolled roads for national development, Barita, making money work for you, Anybet, your best bet, Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, equipping Jamaica for success. Burger King, have it your way. Nationwide 90 FM's World Cup coverage, bringing you every match, every goal, and every moment wherever you are.
From all over the world, people that turn up. Unity we say.
Yeah, what's indisputable right now, people, is that the African countries have brought a really, really refreshing brand of football to this FIFA World Cup here in the US, Canada, and Mexico. And it's amplified by what we've seen from the Senegalese, not just them alone, but Morocco. We've seen the Ivory Coast, the Cote d'Ivoire. They really, really displayed a nice brand of football. South Africa touched the heights at times. And of course, you know, as we go along, we could look at people like Ghana, look at the result against England. So the African countries have a very, very, very good case if the World Cup should be extended to 64 to get quite a few more on the strength of what they've done here at this particular World Cup. Senegal leading by a goal to nil. We remind you, Habib Diarra got the goal on 25 minutes, and that has given them the lead over the Belgium team. It's a halftime, and the players should be re-emerging from their respective dressing room in a short order. So let me just ask Andrew, the Senegalese coach, let me put you in Senegal's coach position at the moment and ask Valdine about Belgium. But starting with you, what would you be telling your players at the minute?
The first thing I would tell them, if the game was to be finished now, we would win the game 1-0. So let's keep it that way. Go out there, play very organized defensively, very disciplined, and if we can get an extra goal that can be a security goal for us to give us a 2 lead, then let's go for it. But it's about organization, patience, and trying to keep the ball in the second half.
You've got the harder job. You've got to G up the Belgium team and get them back out there to get back into the game and into the World Cup.
Well, it's do or die. Hey, do you want to stay or do you want to go? So we need more intensity. We need more balls coming in from the flanks. So That's what they need to do. They need to be more penetrative and increase the intensity to get back.
Well, Belgium will be bringing on Romelu Lukaku, and they're desperate for goals, and desperate times call for desperate measures. I also hope that they bring on Onana as well, because they need a bit of physicality in the middle of the park. But at the moment, Romelu Lukaku, who came on in a game earlier, I think their first game, and dragged them back into the match. Let's see what he'll do. In fact, he's now on the field, the players. So I head back now to Seattle. We'll see you at the end of the game. want to end. And this was one of them. You've got to congratulate the Belgians. They didn't lay down, even after Senegal looked as if they were going to run away with this round of 32 clash. The Belgians, heart, guts, they displayed everything, all the ingredients that you need when you're down. And you've got to congratulate them. Yuri Tielemans and his boys stood up tonight and they fought the Triangle Lions of Africa. The Senegalese, many people believe they're still the champions of Africa, even though the boardroom says otherwise. Tonight they came out and put up a tremendous performance, but the Belgians decided not to leave the World Cup at this stage. And you've got to congratulate them, gentlemen. Yes, we can sit here and say Senegal threw it away, and perhaps they did, but to say that is to downplay what Belgium did. That was to fight and fight and fight. Valdin Legister.
The big name players showed up when it was necessary. Lukaku came on and he inspired the team, and they came out and did what was necessary. Again, we have to big them up. They did what was necessary to get the victory.
And that's all you ask from a team that is year in, year out, World Cup in, World Cup out, trying to find their footing, and deserve a lot because of what they've given to this game, the Belgians. But Andrew, while we here extol the virtues of the Belgium team and how good they are at fighting back, we must also take out the sticks for the Senegalese. I mean, they not only were leading by 2-0, they were asking all the questions, calling the shots, maintaining possession. They were pretty much in charge of where they would go from here on. And suddenly, you know, the center of the world economy, Brussels, the guys from Belgium, they stepped up and took it.
You know, sometimes I'm taken to task when I say that African teams play with a level of naivety. And this brings to the fore what I'm talking about. Now, I remember saying clearly to you, gentlemen, that all Senegal has to do in the second half is get that insurance goal, go 2-love up, maintain possession, and play disciplined defense. And they didn't do that in the last 20 minutes. You know, things went amok. And football can be a very ungrateful sport. You do all that work for the entire game, and then because of miscalculations, things go bad. They brought them back, Belgium back into the game. Of course, a player of Lukaku's presence can't be unmarked in the box. And he scored a goal and brought them back into the game. And then they gave up another one to equalize. And then it was downhill from there. They gave Belgium back the belief. I said to Valden, Belgium doesn't look like a team that has the appetite for this game. This one looks like it's done and dusted. But I always tell players that I coach that football is a game of 90 plus minutes. And you have to play out the game till the end. And Senegal didn't play the game out till the end.
And you can be forgiven. You could be forgiven for thinking at the time when the Senegalese were calling the shots and asking most of the questions that Belgium didn't look up for it. You could be forgiven at that point for it. And you know, it's 2 days in a row we've seen 3 African teams. The Cote d'Ivoire that's yesterday. We saw DR Congo today and Senegal all taking leads and just not managed to hold on to them at the end of the day. So Belgium, they're going to remain in Seattle because their next opponent is the team that wins tonight against the US versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. And that round of 16 game will be in Seattle. So the Belgians will not have to travel, which is a good thing for them. After coming through what they did just now, the last thing they want to do is to travel. So they're going to sit at the hotel tomorrow, maybe get a day off, put the legs up, maybe do a pool session and recover, and then get their brains back into training mode to meet the Americans on the weekend. But we can't congratulate the Belgians enough. They really, really stuck it out tonight and put up an almighty fight. And in the end, they slew the Lions, the Triangle Lions, of Africa, the Senegalese. All right, what we're going to be doing now, let's tell you what is going to happen for the rest of the evening. We're going to get out of here in another minute or so and make way for Cara Powell and her crew to get in to deliver the news. And then when they finish with that, we're going to just clear the desk and then get back here for about 6:25 to set up the nightcap. That's the USA versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. And that promises to be another thrilling game. It's been a drama-filled day so far, and you just get the impression that there's going to be more before the night ends. Congratulations to England. Congratulations to Belgium. Who will we be saying congratulations to tonight? US-Bosnia. That kicks off at 7. We come back at 6:30 to set this one up for you. Until then, stay tuned.
Nationwide 90 FM has just presented action from the 2026 FIFA World Cup Finals.
Brought to you by our platinum sponsors, KFC, it's finger licking good. Gold sponsors, Digicel. Powered by you, connected by us. Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life. National Road Operating and Construction Company, developing tolled roads for national development. Barita, making money work for you. Our silver sponsor, Anybet, and our bronze sponsors, Hose Assembly and Supply Limited, equipping Jamaica for success. Burger King, have it your way.
Same time I hear all the fans them go.
Excerpt from Minister Desmond McKenzie's sectoral presentation.
We got approval to build 2 brand new infirmaries, one in Trelawney and one in St. Elizabeth. We have also provided financial support to undertake works at the St. Elizabeth, Hanover and Westmoreland Infirmary. We have done upgrade work on the wards at the St. Thomas Infirmary. A new matron quarters was built in Hanover.